As citizens, we enjoy the rewards of our system of government, but we also have certain responsibilities. By participating in your government, you can help ensure that our system will continue to provide the blessings of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our government protects our rights and provides us with benefits. Our responsibilities include knowing how our government works and how it affects our lives. When Americans vote or serve on a jury, their actions are based on ideas that people had in the 4th century BC. In examining how people act, Aristotle wrote these words, "If liberty and equality, as is thought by some, are chiefly to be found in democracy, they will be best attained when all persons alike share in the government to the utmost." What is civics? Civics is the study of the rights and duties of citizens. The concept of citizenship dates back more than 2,500 years to ancient Greece and Rome. In those days, only a few people, men with property, could be citizens. This elite group helped govern the city and enjoyed other privileges that the common people did not share. Today, gender and wealth are no longer requirements for citizenship. Indeed, most people are citizens of the country in which they live. Citizens have certain rights and duties. They are community members who owe loyalty to the government and are entitled to protection from it. However, being a citizen means much more than just living in a country. American citizens who live abroad are still citizens of the United States. Citizens are part of a country. They may share a common history, common customs, or common values. They agree to follow a set of rules and to accept the government's authority. The need for government. A government is the ruling authority for a community. Any organization that has the power to make and enforce laws and decisions for its members acts as a government. For hundreds of years, people have formed governments. Thomas Hobbes, an English political thinker during the 1600s, believed that without government, life would be solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. Hobbes claimed that human beings naturally compete for territory, resources, and power. If each of us could do just as we pleased, fighting would be common, and survival would depend on strength and cunning. Think about trying to play basketball with no rules or referees. How would players know what to do and what not to do? How would the winner be determined? The game would probably be a chaotic free-for-all. Similarly, if there were no government to make and enforce laws, we would live in a state of confusion, violence, and fear. We would also struggle to meet our needs entirely on our own. Fortunately, government can make it possible for people to live together peacefully and productively. The functions of government. Governments serve many purposes and offer citizens many benefits. They help keep order, settle conflicts, and protect the community. They provide services that individuals could not supply independently. They also guide the community and plan for its future by setting policies, making budgets, and interacting with other communities. Keeping order and providing security. Conflicts are unavoidable when people live together in a community. Citizens may disagree on all sorts of matters: their choice of leaders, the best way to raise or spend money, the rightful owner of certain property, and so on. Governments make laws to help prevent conflicts and to settle those conflicts that do arise. Governments have the power to enforce laws. For example, to make sure that drivers obey traffic regulations, police officers are empowered to ticket or arrest violators. Courts decide whether those accused of crimes are guilty and how they should be punished if found guilty. Along with the need for law and order come concerns about community security, defending citizens and their land from enemies. Arrangements must be made to fight off possible threats. For this reason, governments set up armed forces and agencies that watch for likely sources of trouble. Providing public services. Governments provide many services that would not be available without cooperation and coordination. Governments create and manage libraries, schools, hospitals, parks, and recreation centers. They develop systems to provide mass transit and supply water to our homes and businesses. Government workers build and repair streets, erect bridges, collect garbage, and deliver the mail. Many government services are aimed at keeping the public healthy and safe. Local communities set up fire departments and ambulance services, for example. States license drivers and doctors. Other government agencies protect us from dangerous drugs or spoiled food. Government inspectors check for safety problems in everything from factories to daycare centers to amusement park rides. Governments also give help to needy people. For example, in each of the 50 states, poor families and people who are out of work can receive food aid or cash. Government agencies also supply affordable housing, health care, job training, and special programs for people with disabilities. Guiding the community. Another function of government is to formulate public policy, or a course of government action to achieve community goals. When government leaders decide they want to protect consumers, for example, or strengthen national security, they are setting public policy goals. When they pass laws or develop guidelines to reach these goals, they are making public policy. Most public policy decisions involve some financial planning as well. Governments have limited amounts of money, and they must be careful to use it wisely. Creating a budget or a plan for collecting and spending money is key to the success of the community. Another part of guiding the community is developing relations with the community's neighbors and other outsiders. Governments often take responsibility for communicating and cooperating with other governments for the benefit of their citizens. International trade, travel, and military pacts or agreements, all part of public policy, would be impossible if national governments did not concern themselves with foreign relations.